All right, we may be live. I think we are. Welcome, everybody. This is Jim. You're watching the More Sunshine Please live stream. I'm going to hope this works and cut to myself. The deal is I'm using a new software I've never used before, OBS. I know a million people use it to do their live streams. I never have before. I'm just getting used to it, seeing everything that I can do with it. If you were with me a couple of Sundays ago, was it Sundays? Yeah, it was a couple Sundays ago. We were at the Magic Kingdom, and I implemented this new feature I called Chat Check. Well, I was doing that through an app called Studio Go, and it was very cool. But it's limited. It's free and it's limited, and I wanted something more. OBS is a free open source software, so I'm really excited about the possibilities. Are we on?
Well, I thought it said live, and then I tapped on it, and it was just dark, and then nothing happened. So
Okay.
I see your earlier live stream.
I do that. I see that. Yes.
I'm gonna go to you.
All right.
I don't see it now. Maybe D&G are watching, and they can message
Wait a minute.
you.
Here it is. I found it. I found it, folks.
Okay.
Okay.
I haven't yet.
Disney Nerd Herders, hello. Thank you for joining us. D&G Explorers, thank you very much for joining me. We couldn't find the stream right away, so thank goodness. Speaking of Disney Nerd Herders, thank you for joining us. And I realized yesterday, I think. Oh, by the way, D&G is the echo still here? I know when I did my little test earlier, there was a bit of an echo. So please let me know if there is an echo right now. As we wait for that response, I'll just continue. A few live streams ago, I ran a little contest. And I realized yesterday, I don't think I ever announced the winner of that contest. And if I did, I don't remember. But with this new software, I made this whole slide here, and I wanted to kind of make a big to-do about it. So hopefully this is going to work. I want to congratulate Disney Nerd Herders for winning my very first contest. I gave away a pin, a Rogue One Disney pin with a couple of characters. I couldn't remember their names. I still don't know what their names are, but Disney Nerd Herders, thank you so much for playing and winning. It was fun to do that, and it was fun to see your video of the opening of that. I was honored to be your first mailing to your P.O. box, and it was all very exciting. So thank you for playing. Thank you for winning. And I'll do more contests at a later date. Oh, my phone. I think I just turned my phone off.
That's okay.
All right. Can you see Disney Nerd Herders on there? So this is working. That's exciting. All right. Oh, looks good. Okay. Next, I want to promote the live stream I'll be on tomorrow. I know I just started this one, but I'm going to be on with D&G Explorers tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and we'll also be joined by Alpha Traveler 1, Kenny from Alpha Traveler 1. So it'll be the first time that the three channels will be doing a live stream together, so that should be very exciting. So everybody, Wednesday, January 30th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, D&G Explorers channel, so please join us there. Also on this software, I looked up a couple of YouTube videos about how to do some things on here, and one was to add the chat to my screen, so I'm going to try that. Hey, it's there! That's cool. It's super tiny. I can't read it. I should have brought my glasses. I wasn't thinking ahead. But I do see that the chat is there. Right there. It's mirrored. Okay, well, that's kind of cool and kind of not cool. I can't read it. Okay, so I'll have to turn my phone back on. All right, and then while that's happening, let's move on to what we did this past weekend.
Hey, Disney World Adventures.
Wait. I'm sorry. Is that a chat? Who's on?
So Disney World Adventures.
Disney World Adventures. Thank you for joining us. Great to have you.
Just Pamela.
Just Pamela. Thank you for joining us.
Disney Nerd Herders, of course.
Mm-hmm. Disney Nerd Herders.
And D&G Explorers.
Thank you, everybody. And if you are watching this on replay, sorry you missed the chat, but thanks for tuning in whenever you could. All right, we this past weekend, this very chilly weekend, it's still chilly here, and I know it's chilly across the country, but in Florida, it got down to the upper 40s. It was insane. I know. But seriously, we went to Hollywood Studios. We had a great time, actually. We went to Hollywood Studios, really to take my daughter for the first time to Toy Story Land. That was kind of the main mission of the whole trip. And I released a video yesterday. I posted a video yesterday of a little overview of this one area near Toy Story Land, and it's called the Incredible Celebration. This is a little video I took of it. I'll come back to that in just a second. I didn't remember what I had there. But what it is, when they opened Toy Story Land this past summer, they had what was formerly called Pixar Place. And it was the entrance to Toy Story Midway Mania. They had Cruz Ramirez and Lightning McQueen, I think, down the street there where you could take pictures with them. I think it was a gift shop and maybe another meet and greet of sorts. So that was Pixar Place. That's what they called it. And once they opened Toy Story Land, they had that walled off. It was closed. They had a little Joffrey stand there, but you couldn't go into what was Pixar Place. Well, they just opened it. January 18th, I believe, was the first day. And it is now, I believe the official name is called Incredible Celebration or something like that. And what they did was they made what was Pixar Place, they made it look like a street in Munissaburg, which is the city or one of the cities in the Incredibles movies. And down at the end of the street, they had a dance party. They called it a super shindig or something like that. There was a concession stand of sorts, and they had some specialty items there. There was a building dedicated to Edna Mode, and inside there was also a meet and greet with Edna Mode. And much of this is in the video that I released yesterday, so check that out if you will. It's a cute little area. It was a lot of fun. I mean, it's a very small area. They also had a couple of Disney walls there. You know, Disney's high on their walls, like the Purple Wall in Tomorrowland and the Bubblegum Wall in Epcot. Well, they're really hopping on that, Disney is, and why not? I mean, anybody that has an Instagram account is interested in a Disney wall. So what they did was I think I have a picture of one here. Here. This is one of the Disney walls. That's me standing there with a drink that was offered in the Incredible Celebration area. And that drink actually is, it was a frozen Coke, and it was topped with whipped cream, cotton candy, and Pop Rocks. So, yes, the sweetest drink I've had in my life. But it was good. I love frozen Coke, and I think, what did you say? When the whipped cream is mixed with the frozen Coke, it reminded you of something. What was that?
Something at Dairy Queen.
Oh, a Dairy Queen item. Not cream soda. not a cream soda of sorts. It does well, whatever. Back to the Disney wall, I suppose. On the left here is a car painted on the wall, and you can pose to make it look like you're lifting the car. And on the right, my left, is a big purple, like Violet, when she does her power, she creates a force field or whatever, so you can stand in the middle of that to make it look like you're creating a force field. So they had that, and they had another Disney wall that I think we show in the video that I put out yesterday. But it was a cool little area, and they also had it was like a hide and seek with Jack, and around there they had some clues, and if you follow the clues, you should be able to find where Jack has run off to. As you know, if you've seen the movies, he has a habit of wandering, I suppose. But all in all, it was a cute little area. I'll go back to that footage that I started to show earlier. And this is a piece of footage I used part of. The beginning of it I don't think I used, but I used the end of it where Mr. Incredible comes up to our daughter. And this is part of the Super Shindig. And you can see the Streetmosphere characters. They have a bunch of... I'm muting it because of the copyright. I'll try to talk over it. Hopefully this is working. But that guy is posing as he's a street reporter, and he had some funny things to say. Sometimes they put the camera on him, and he'd show up on the screen above the dance floor there. And then as I'm moving into position here, this is all raw footage here. I kind of lean on this garbage can here, get a little footage of the kids and parents dancing. And you can hear Aretha Franklin playing. That's what I should mute for just a little bit, copyright reasons, I suppose. But then again, I'm not monetized. It doesn't matter. There's a banner. Thank you, Supers. And again, I think Municipburg is paying tribute to The Incredibles and Frozone. In addition to Mr. Incredible, Elastigirl and Frozone also come out and join the dancers. Although when we were there, we only saw Mr. Incredible. And these are the same three characters that would appear at Tomorrowland back when the Incredibles had their dance party in Tomorrowland. So they just moved in here, and this goes until September 3rd. Okay, here is Mr. Incredible. He spotted our daughter, and this is in our video. And super sweet. He came over, gave her a high five, shook her hand, touched her nose. I saw it in the other photo. But I thought that was adorable. And then they did the Hokey Pokey, and then they're doing something else. So they had a bunch of stuff going on in the Super Shindig. So we did that. And we also did, we took our daughter to Toy Story Land, where she was able to do alien swirling saucers and...
hey, Disney Nerd Hers is saying the volume of the music is drowning out your voice.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Thank you, Disney Nerd Herders. The music was drowning out my voice. Good to know. I do have a volume control here. I'll work on that. So we took our daughter to Slinky Dog Dash. I had done that once before, and when I did it, I recorded it. So I was holding my camera and recording my experience. And I remembered it being comparable to the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. But when we did it this past weekend and we took our daughter on it for the first time, it was much faster than I remember it. It was shockingly quick and much steeper than I remember. Maybe it's because I was on it with my daughter. Maybe it was because the first time I did it, I wasn't paying full attention to the ride itself, and I was paying attention to my camera. But I was surprised at how different I remembered it and how it actually was this past weekend. But I think we all enjoyed it. Did you like Slinky Dog Dash? Yes
Are
and
you
no.
gonna keep talking to me? I don't want to be on.
All right.
No, it was fun, but maybe a little more intense than I anticipated.
Same here. Yeah, a little more intense, but a lot of
It was
fun.
fun.
And I think we'll do it again.
I like the minecart ride, the Seven Doors minecart ride.
You prefer
better.
the mine train? Yeah, that's got. Yeah, it's. I don't know, a little smoother. No, they're both smooth. I don't know. Anyway, we'll be back. We'll do it again. What else was there? Oh, another thing we did for the very first time. I gotta open the map because I don't remember what it's called. But we did the Frozen stage show. I gotta look it up to see what it's called. Oh, for the first time in forever, a Frozen sing-along celebration. And this took place in the auditorium that formerly held the, I believe, American Idol was in there, and before that was a couple other things. But for the last year or two, it's been this Frozen sing-along, and we had never done it before, so it was the end of the night, and it was the only Fast Pass available, frankly, and I don't think a Fast Pass was required, but we had it, so we went, and it's a half-hour show, and what they have, two characters on stage, and they call themselves storytellers, is that right? And they were telling the story of the movie, but they were funny. They'd throw in humor, and they were being silly. Princess, the younger sister, was out. Anna or Elsa? I think it's Elsa. I'm 80% sure it's Elsa. She was out on stage at the beginning of the show and talking about. They were all trying to find her sister, the Queen Anna. I think, 80% sure. And what they would do with the sing-along, I thought we both thought the characters on stage were going to sing the songs from the movie, and then the crowd would sing along with it. But as it turned out, the background of the stage was one giant screen, and they would show clips from the movie with the words, like a karaoke screen, and there'd be a bouncing ball going to encourage people to sing along. So it was the actual soundtrack of the movie that the audience would sing along to, which was cool. And it was fun. It was funny, and it was about a half hour long. And I recorded just the end of the show. They sang "Let It Go," the big showstopper, about halfway through, and then they did it again. Is that a reprise or a what do you call that when they bring it back? It doesn't matter. Here it is. It's it's just like the last minute, and they they got a big light show, and they started dropping fake snow. Now, anticipating I can't mix this audio very well, I'm just gonna play it and not talk. So here's the last minute or so of the Frozen. Okay, so that was that. It seemed to go by quick. It was the last show of the evening. They do many shows during the day. If it does not, I don't know. It doesn't. It's not. It's not on the map here. But let's say they do 4 or 5 shows a day. The last show of the night, which started at 7:30 and wrapped up at 8, right in time for Fantasmic and the new projection show they have going on the Chinese theater. What was my point? Oh, anyway, what they cast members told us was the last show of the evening is always the least crowded. And I guess the auditorium was half full, maybe 3/4 full, somewhere in there. Plenty of seats. And we weren't sure if we were going to like it or if our daughter would like it. And we sat in the back corner, kind of by ourselves, pretty much. But we stayed for the whole thing, and it was quite enjoyable. Again, because I can, I'm going to tout the live stream I'll be a guest on tomorrow, which is the D&G Explorers live stream. They do one just about every Wednesday. Tomorrow to be on at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on the West Coast. And we will be with Kenny, Alpha Traveler 1 as well. So looking forward to that. And we got some sort of Disney Wars going on. Tune in to find out what that means. Let's check the...
Chat check.
Oh, chat check.
So a couple of things.
Yes.
Raphael Zingano is on.
Oh, Raphael, cameraman, thank you for joining us.
And as well, someone asked if you lost the wireless air.
Oh, the
pods.
AirPods.
Yeah.
No, I did not. I did not lose the AirPods.
Or you lost them for the show, I guess they meant.
Yes. Here's the deal. I have them, and the first time I used them on a live stream, I was on D&G Explorers live stream. Did I tout their live stream tomorrow? Yes. Okay. When I use them, they're also used as a microphone. And I discovered that the level of the microphone was really quite low. It was much lower than D&G's microphone, and Rob Fuzz was also on with us that day, and they sounded great, and I not so much. I didn't sound so great. So I was disappointed in the microphone capability of the AirPods. Now, today, I'm using, I plugged a USB mic into my laptop here, so that's what I have going on today, and I suppose I could have used the AirPods just as a monitor as I'm using the wired earbuds. I just didn't think about it. These were already plugged into the laptop, so I'm just using those. But yeah, I'm interested in getting those to work as I want them to work, as I hope they can work. Ultimately, I would love to do a live stream from one of the parks, say Epcot during Festival of the Arts or something. And once upon a time, I joined D&G Explorers during the Food and Wine. Was it Food and Wine? And I was in Epcot, and they were telling me to go to certain places and try certain foods, and that was a lot of fun. Hopefully, if we do something like that again, those AirPods will be just the thing I want them to be, with wireless monitor and the microphone as well. So I still have them. I just gotta fine tune them, I guess. Also, when we were at Hollywood Studios this past weekend, I took a look when we were in Toy Story Land. You can see a bit of construction of Galaxy's Edge, and this is what we saw. And you can see they still have scaffolding around some of the rock spires that will be part of Galaxy's Edge. But also, since the last time I was at Hollywood Studios, you can also see buildings now. And if you look over on the right, you can see what looks like the tail wing of a spaceship or something like that. I have a closer look at that here. Can you see that? Looks like the tail of somebody's spaceship. Star Cruiser. What do they call them in Star Wars? X-Wing fighter. TIE fight. It might be a fighter. I don't know. But you can see that domed building on the right. I remember seeing the miniature of Galaxy's Edge in the One Man's Dream area of Hollywood Studios, so you could see what the finished Galaxy's Edge will look like. And I remember seeing that domed roof of that building. There's going to be 2 rides for this area, and one will be where you can pilot the Millennium Falcon. I can't wait for that. And there's another one where you come face to face with Kylo Ren, I think, something like that. I got to learn more about that. But this is, again, the view from Toy Story Land. And I'm actually surprised they don't have that blocked off better. Usually Disney, where at least once upon a time, Disney would hide every bit of construction they were doing. Not so much anymore. Although it's kind of cool to see this. It's like when I was a kid and we'd go to the pizzeria, and there was a area for kids where you could stand and watch the guys make the pizza, and that's what this is right here. We're watching them make the pizza. How about that? That was poetic. Oh, do we have a chat check?
Couple things. Adventure says that Chip was there when they were there, and they thought it was awesome. And,
Yeah.
And Disney Nerd Herders is really bummed because Star Wars Edge won't be done when they are coming in June/July.
Oh, you're right, but it will be ready in Disneyland. You guys just went to the wrong park, I guess. No, but frankly, I don't know if you want to be there right when it first opens. It's going to be a madhouse. I know in Walt Disney World, Galaxy's Edge will open up in December. I'm guessing it's not going to open up before December. And I kind of, of course I'm very interested in it, but I can't, I don't want to be trampled. But hopefully there's going to be more than one entrance to the area, for crowd flow. Like currently, there's only one way in and out of Toy Story Land. But I think, as you saw in those pictures I just showed, where that wall is right there, I think eventually that'll be opened up, and Toy Story Land, I think, is going to flow into the Star Wars area. So Toy Story Land will have more than one way in and out. So, looking forward to it, but not looking forward to the crazy crowds. But it's all very exciting. Before that, though, the Disney Skyliner will open up. I don't have anything set up here to show you about that, but the gondola system is due to open up before that. Certainly, they'll want that opened up before Galaxy's Edge does. So I'm actually looking forward to that. I think that'll be a fun. It'll be like the monorail. You know how the monorail is like an additional ride. It's an additional attraction, and I think these gondolas will be the same thing. I think they'll be fun. They'll offer amazing views of Walt Disney World, and I think it'll be probably as crowded as Galaxy's Edge will be. Who am I kidding? Also, while we were at Hollywood Studios, I showed you this beverage that we got at the Incredible Celebration. Now I'm going to go forward a couple of pictures, where this next picture, I don't know how to remedy this without editing it, but this is a closer version of it, and I know it's crooked, and perhaps I can... no, I can't. I can't rotate it. I tried rotating it earlier, and they all rotated, so... but imagine if everybody would just turn their heads to the left, you'll get a great look at what it looks, with the way it's supposed to look. But we didn't eat. They offered a sandwich over in the Incredibles area, and it's on a hero roll. That's how clever they are. They offered it, the Incredibles area, it's a turkey or a Italian sandwich on a hero roll. Anyway, We went over down to Rosie's All American Cafe to get the fried green tomato sandwich and my daughter a hot dog. What we didn't realize was how ginormous the hot dog was. Again, this is going to be a crooked picture, but if you could all just turn your heads to the side again, that hot dog. Let's see, is it cut off? There we go. Is it moving for everybody? There it is. That's a foot-long hot dog, and on the menu it comes with chili and cheese or chili cheese, whatever. We didn't get it, so we don't know. But my daughter's just interested in the hot dog, but that's double what her hot dog consumption should be in a month. So
She didn't eat it all.
no, she did not
It
eat
would
it all,
hurt.
but what she had, she enjoyed.
It would feed a family of 4.
I bought way too much food for the 3 of us. I know each of us had a menu item to ourselves. There's the 2 fried green tomato sandwiches, and we had a mountain of French fries. And we could have gotten away with the 3 of us with a hot dog and one of the sandwiches, and all of us would have eaten all we needed to eat. We could have split a sandwich, and I could have, if I was still hungry, I could have had the rest of her hot dog. But the fried green tomato sandwich also has red tomatoes on it and a spicy sauce. And that bun, what kind of bun was that? Was that a ciabatta bun? I don't know, whatever. Let's say it was. But you would think that it was, looking at it, that it was hard, but it was actually nice. It was soft bread. And it's a tasty little sandwich. And if any of you are vegetarians, that's a really nice option. It's a tasty little sandwich. And that's at Rosie's All American Cafe. And that's on, what's the street where the Tower of Terror is? That's Sunset Boulevard. Why couldn't I think of that? So that's on Sunset Boulevard. And that was our very chilly trip. That was just a recap of our trip on Saturday to Hollywood Studios. And it's, here in Florida, it's been cold. It's been cold across the country, I realize that. But to see everybody, when you're there in July, and there isn't shade to be found in Toy Story Land, it's miserable. And to have this other extreme where you've got to bundle up or else you're miserable, it's just it's hard to believe it's the same place. And as I say that, I realize, well, every place with snow is like that. They have hot summers too. I don't know.
Disney nerd herders want to know how the sandwiches were.
I'm sorry, was that a chat? Disney nerd herders wanted to know. I beg your pardon?
They wanted to know how the tomato sandwiches were.
Oh, the tomato sandwiches were tasty, and for Disney prices, one of your cheaper items I think was $9.99. The hot dog was more expensive, but it came with fried green tomatoes in the middle, topped with sliced red tomatoes that weren't fried. A bunch of it was a leafy. It wasn't lettuce. What was it? Was it spinach?
Watercress, I think.
Watercress?
Something like that.
That was on there. I should have taken a picture of the inside of the sandwich. But there was also a spicy mayo in there or something, which was a bit orange in color. On that soft roll, it was very delicious. The middle of it, I think, was the tastiest. But you have to eat so much of the sandwich to get to the middle of it, where you're getting a bite of everything. Both tomatoes and it was a little messy too. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like the Viking hot dog I had. That was messy.
It was tasty.
But very tasty.
Alyssa Stenberg is here.
Alyssa Stenberg. Oh, welcome. Well, I said I was only going to go on for about a half hour. I think we've been on for 35 minutes. Is that it? Okay. Yeah. I want to remind everybody that, I will be last time I'll do this. I'm going to be on with D&G Explorers tomorrow on their channel, their live stream. It starts at 8 p.m. on the East Coast, 5 p.m. on the West Coast, and we will be joined by Kenny from Alpha Traveler 1. And we are going to be talking about something I think we're dubbing Disney Wars. So please tune in to find out what that's about. I don't know if it's going to be Florida versus California or what, but please tune in to find out what we'll be talking about. And did I have anything else planned here? No. I was pretty happy with this software, the OBS,
People
and
ask about it.
I believe this is a free download. This is free software, OBS, and it stands. I don't remember what it stands for. I can't tell you what it stands for. Just Google OBS and it'll come up. But a lot of gamers use it, and I know a lot of YouTubers use it as well. And it's open source software, so it can be customized if you're into that. I'm not, so I just kind of watch what other YouTubers do, and people make YouTube videos about what you can do with this stuff, and I kind of just watch that and take their ideas and have applied it to mine. But I think also, if you use Google Hangouts, we've used Google Hangouts before and haven't been able to do these things, haven't been able to easily go to a picture, let's say. Oh, again, congratulations, Disney Nerd Herders, for winning my contest. Or show a video clip like I did earlier. But I believe you can integrate Google Hangouts into OBS so that you can have guests on your live stream and also show video clips and pictures. So I'm looking forward to seeing if that works someday. So I think I'm going to call it a day there. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me on this live stream. And if you're watching the replay, thank you. Give us a thumbs up. Again, tune in tomorrow. I'll be on D&G Explorers, or Wednesday. I don't know when you're watching this. I'll be on Wednesday, January 30th with D&G Explorers and Kenny from Alpha Traveler 1. Thanks to my wife for manning the chat, and thanks to you for watching. And I will see you soon. Have a great... Oh, my tagline. Hope to... we will... hope to see you soon in Florida. I gotta write that down. I gotta put it on the wall there. Yeah, I'll straighten that out. Thanks everybody.